Holy Sri Gajanan Swami ki. And welcome you to this morning's devotions, devotees. Those of you who have come here to join us, those of you on whatever platform you have joined us, blessings. We begin as we normally do with the opening prayer, but not the normal opening prayer. We'll begin as we did last week. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Bhagavan He Ram, He Ram, He Ram, He Ram, हमें दया करो। गुरुर ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदे देवी भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी मंत्र मूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार वरनौ रघुबर बिमल यश जोदायक फलचार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मुहि हरहु कलेश विकार। सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम। हे नाथ मम संकट हरु हरि। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की। बैठ जाइए। We proceed to our chaupais, followed by 12 अक्षर मंत्र। प्रवेश नगर कीजिए सब काज हृदय रखी कौशलपुर राजा रथ चढ़ि सिया सहित दू जाके सुमिरन तेरी नाश नाम शत्रुहन वीर प्रकाश विश्व भरण पोषण कर जोई करन भरत अस होई जब तेरा रामा जब तेरा प्याही घर आई नित नव मंगल मूद बधाई सखा धर्म में शरथ जाकी जीतन कहन कहूँ की जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम राम जय जय सीताराम जय जय राम वह शोभाजु समज सुख कहटन बने खगेश वरने शारद शेष सुती सोरस जान महेश सिया पति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम बंदो पवन कुमार खलबन पावक ज्ञान घन जहाँ सुहृदय आग बस ही राम शरचपधर ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो 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 भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम 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 नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। बोले श्री वासुदेव भगवान की जय। Devotees, we will concentrate on Guru, spiritual preceptor. Dhyana moolam Gurur Murti, Puja moolam Gurur Pada, Mantra moolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksha moolam Guru Kripa. And this Guru will be Diksha Guru, the one who has initiated us. Join me if you can. If not, recite your Guru mantras. Those who have not yet been initiated, may choose any aspect of divinity that pleases you best and chant the relevant mantra. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru Ji के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म से भाग्य फल को पाओ। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म से भाग्य फल को पाओ। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ। लागे मोह माया ना कबहू जगत के, दया सिंधु गुरु जी को चरण न ध्याओ। दया सिंधु गुरु जी को चरण न ध्याओ। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ। भटकता रहा हूँ मैं युग युग से स्वामी, मिली ज्ञान आँखी हरि दर्श पावो, मिली ज्ञान आँखी हरि दर्श पावो, गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ। काम क्रोध मद लोभ शत्रु है भारी, गुरु ज्ञान खड्ग से मारा भगावो, गुरु ज्ञान खड्ग से मारा भगावो, गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ। जिस वेद कहता अजन मायन दी, उस देख कर मन की दुविधा मिटावो, उस देख कर मन की दुविधा मिटावो, गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ। बोले श्री गुरु महाराज की। ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते, महातंगमुख नमोस्तुते, शिव गिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते, ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते। ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते, ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते, मातंगमुख नमोस्तुते, मातंगमुख नमोस्तुते, ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते, शिव गिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते, ओम शिव गिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते, शिव गिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते, ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते, ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते, ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते, मातंगमुख नमोस्तुते, ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते, शिव गिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते, हे शिव गिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते हे शिव गिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते गौरी गणेश उमा महेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा महेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश पार्वती नंदन गणेश शरणं गणेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश शरणं गणेश पार्वती नंदन सिद्धि गणेश गणपति गणेश ओ गणपति गणेश गणपति गणेश ओ जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा गजानन हे गजानन गजानन हे गजानन 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 हे गजानन हे गणपति देवा ओम गजानन हे गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा गजानन गजानन हे गजानन हे गणपति देवा ओम गजानन हे गणपति देवा ओ जय 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 गणपति देवा हे गणपति देवा जय जय गणपति देवा श्री गणपति देवा बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की obeisance to Devi Ma. देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी नारायणी देवी नारायणी नारायणी देवी नारायणी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी हे महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी हे मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी हे देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी नारायणी देवी नारायणी हे नारायणी दुर्गा नारायणी नारायणी काली नारायणी हे नारायणी लक्ष्मी नारायणी हे नारायणी शारदा नारायणी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी मंदहासिनी आनंद जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी। बोले सियार शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की। So devotees, today, special Tirudasi, Chaturdasi. We are already entering into Chaturdasi, the 14th day, and this is dark night time. Normally, Tirudasi into Chaturdasi is referred to as a monthly Shivratri, dark night time, Krishna Paksh. So as such, Shiva is worshipped every day, but especially on such a day like today. So let's visualize Bholinath. Om Hari 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 Hara tum हरदम प्यार भक्तों के हितकार। हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम शिव ओम। ओम हरि 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 हर तुम हरदम प्यार भक्तों के हितकार। हरि हरि हर तुम हरदम प्यार भक्तों के हितकार। कैलाशपति भगवान कैलाशपति भगवान पर तेरू नाम हर तुम हरदम प्यार भक्तों के हितकार। हरि हरि हर तुम हरदम प्यार भक्तों के हितकार। तेरो जता में गंगा विराजे ओ तेरो जता में गंगा विराजे। तेरो गले में मुंड की हार हर आसन है पद्म भगवान। ओ तेरो आसन है पद्म भगवान। सर्वशक्तिमान, तू ही है सर्वशक्तिमान। हर तुम हरदम प्यार, भक्तों के हितकार। हर शिव शंकर भोलेनाथ, उमापति शिव भोलेनाथ। ओम शिव शिव शंकर भोलेनाथ, नीलकंठ हर दीनानाथ। आहि भूषण शिव गौरीनाथ। ओम आहि भूषण शिव गौरीनाथ। ए परम सुमंगल दीनानाथ। ओम परम सुमंगल दीनानाथ। गिरिजारंगा परमानंद समाधि प्रिय गंगनाथ। हे गिरिजारंगा परमानंद समाधि प्रिय गंगनाथ। ओम हि भूषण शिव गौरीनाथ। ओम अहि भूषण शिव गौरीनाथ। ए परम सुमंगल दीनानाथ। ओम परम सुमंगल दीनानाथ। गिरिजारंगा परमानंद समाधि प्रिय गंगनाथ। हे गिरिजारंगा परमानंद समाधि प्रिय गंगनाथ। नमः शिवाय, ओम 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 नमः शिवाय। बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। Devotees, we will continue the journey. We visualize Sanchak Gadaparam, Chaturbhuj. Remember, from what we are told, that Lord manifested himself in different forms. So we will focus really for a few moments on Bhagwan Sri Krishna, Bhagwan Sri Ram. But we begin by appealing to our Lord to come into our lives. Oh Lord, we know you have come from time to time. We know you're all pervading, present in every single atom of creation. But I want to feel your presence in my life, oh Lord. I invite you. I open my heart to you, our Prabhuji. भजले गोविंद भजले गोविंदम, ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया, भजले गोविंदम। भजले गोविंद भजले गोविंदम, ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया, भजले गोविंदम। प्रभु जी मेरे आवो, प्रभु जी मेरे आवो, प्रभु जी मेरे आवो। भजले गोविंद भजले गोविंदम, ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया, भजले गोविंदम। चारियोरा मेरा भयो उदासी, अखिया हरि दर्शन की प्यासी। आके प्यास मिटाओ जी, आओ प्रभु आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ। प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ। भजले गोविंद भजले गोविंदम, ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया, भजले गोविंदम। प्रभु बिनती तेरा प्रभु कोई न जाने, प्रभु तुझे प्रभु कोई न जाने। प्रभु तुझे प्रभु कोई न जाने। बचाओ जी आओ प्रभु आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ। प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ। भजवे गोविंद, भजवे गोविंद, भजवे गोविंदम। ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया, भजवे गोविंदम। ये भजवे गोविंदम, ये भजवे गोविंदम। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, हे गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो। राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, हे राधा रमन हरि राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो। राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, हे राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरि मुरारी, हे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरि मुरारी। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी। नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे 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 नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय 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 राम, जय जय राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, हे श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल, हे राधा रमन हरि Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Jai Rama. Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Jai. He Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Jai Rama. Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Jai Rama. Jai Rama Shri Rama. Boli Shri Satyanarayan Swami ki jai. Vrindavan Shri Krishna Chandra ki jai. Devotees, I want to do one simple kirtan, Govind, Ram, Devi. And then we'll focus on a few interesting points to help us to understand where we have come as a people. Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. He Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. He Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. He Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. Ek tu Rama, Jai Jai Anek tu Rama. Ek tu Rama, Jai Jai Anek tu Rama. Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. He Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. Durga Kali Ma, Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Durga Kali Ma, Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. He Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. Durga Kali Ma, Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Durga Kali Ma, Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Hey Durga Kali Ma, Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Durga Kali Ma, Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. He Govind Rama, Jai Jai Gopal Rama. Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Oh Jai Jai Durga Kali Ma. Boli Shri Raja Ramachandra ki jai. Now devotees, Indian Arrival Day as it is referred to is coming up on the 30th, which is Friday coming. So this morning I thought it might be appropriate for us to focus upon where we have come from, where we are at. If I don't know where I have come from, I don't know where I am at, then definitely I am lost. I don't know my future. Now, one of the teachings of Sanatana Dharma is that I need to repay a debt of gratitude to my ancestors. So in Hinduism, it's done ritualistically. Most people believe it's ritual. So when somebody dies, you do Pindakaram and so on, we all know what takes place. But I have mentioned time and again that these 5 daily duties, Nitya Karma, one of which is Pitra Karma, should be carried on, as we mentioned, Nitya, daily, every day. In other words, every day we need to repay that debt of gratitude to the Pitris. So to remind you, those 5 debts, debt to God, we need to pray every day. Debt to the sages, read scriptures on a daily basis. Debt to the ancestors. What does that mean? How do I repay this on a daily basis? The ancestors have given to us a body of laws, principles, practices, which we have inherited. Maintaining these principles, practices, value systems, etc., enhancing wherever possible to pass on to the next generation, that is Pitra Yagya on a daily basis. You have to live the life on a daily basis. And I've been saying, so many of us are caught up in rituals. You put pindas all about, you do whatever, you satisfy yourself like, mental gratification, and it's finished. Pitra Yag finished. And I'm saying never ever. We may not do all the rituals, because understand that these principles are universal, only for Hindus. Other religions don't put pinda all about. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. But what I am saying is that you don't stop by the blind rituals and feel like that is it. On a daily basis, we need to repay these debts of gratitude. So what does it tell me on a daily basis? It goes without question how I live. The values I maintain, the principles. If I don't maintain and enhance, as I said, to pass on to the next generation, then I am not repaying my debt of gratitude. I am deceiving my ancestors, and I am disappointing my descendants. So I want everybody to understand this. So sometimes the question is asked in Hinduism, why only the men perform the Pindakaram? And if I am saying that Pindakaram symbolizes the debt of gratitude to the Pitris, then why shouldn't women do it? But how then the ladies do it? By maintaining the value systems. By maintaining the value systems inherited on a daily basis. And remember, there's a saying, you teach a man, you teach an individual. You teach a woman, you teach a family. The mother in the home is the teacher. And she passes on the value systems, etc. So it goes without saying how important the mothers, sisters, and daughters are in the maintenance of these value systems. So if I may create a little distinction here, most men caught up only in the ritual. Put the pin down, you're done. Whereas the mothers, sisters, and daughters, their very lives enable the Pitra Yag to continue and to be perpetuated. But if the men could also understand this, all of us, that it doesn't stop at the rituals. It goes beyond how I live and everything about me. Yes, we may make adaptations to time, place, circumstances, but the basic truth is never changed. It doesn't change. So, Pitra Yagya. And then, to complete it, we owe a debt to society. He who takes without giving is a thief. We are told life is like a flower in full bloom. We should give it away, petals, scent and all, to that garden who brought it into existence. Service to humanity, service to God. And again, we have been told in so many beautiful ways. For instance, the bhajan that says, Nadiya na piye kabhi apana jal, briksha na khai kabhi apne phal, apana tanaka, manaka, dhanaka, दूजों को दे जो दान, ये सच्चा इंसान. To put it in simple terms, the river never drinks its own water. The fruit trees never eat their own fruits. We look at Nitya, and we are told similarly, everybody, Tanaka, body, Manaka, mind, Dhanaka, resources. Whatever resources at our disposal, दूजों को दे जो दान, serve others, ये सच्चा इंसान. That is true humanity. Hinduism doesn't preach selfishness, selflessness. So devotees, we all must understand that, and we all need to repay a debt of gratitude to society. Everybody is a beneficiary of society. Everybody, without exception. And if you don't put back, as I said, he who takes without giving is a thief. So we have to find some way of giving back. And that giving back is not with the expectation of recognition, name, fame. Give back without expectation. And then the devotees, the lower forms of creation. We take care of pets and so on. On a daily basis, people do these things. We must understand that these are the 5 debts that we need to repay. Now, I've always added to it, the Shiv Samhita, Bhagwan Shankar told Goddess Parvati, the performance of these 5 daily duties does not bring any merits, no blessings. Why? Because it is a debt that we owe. If you take a mortgage and you pay back every month, no big thing, you're supposed to pay back. And if you don't, penalty. So there are sins of omission and sins of commission. So if we don't carry out these 5 daily duties to the best of our ability, no excuses. Excuses are for the weak. What we do, we create sins of omission. Omission. So each person needs to analyze and in your own way, assess yourself. How many sins have you accumulated so far? And I can ask you a question, do you read scriptures on a daily basis? Do you? Rishi Yagya? Sins of omission. Whatever it may be, you analyze for yourselves. And this is what I keep saying. Sometimes we think we're in a comfort zone, we're okay. No. These small principles, no principle is small. But the practices, little bit we do, is like what I call the wheel knots in the vehicle of life. If you don't carry out these duties, you are going nowhere. You are going nowhere. And when people try so much and different things happen, well, you know the reasons you put forward. Somebody do them something. Obia. Somebody blocking them. They are blocking the way. And I've said time and again, don't come with me without stupidness. Man lives himself by himself. Man sings himself by himself. You have to take responsibility, everybody. So I've been saying, you know, most of us, at least we try to pray every day, and we think we're getting blessings for that. So, absolutely no. How you get blessings? I've explained already. Naimitik karam, special occasions. Special occasions. And devotees, these are not my words. I keep saying maybe I am one of the few pundits, or maybe the only one who's saying these kind of things. And many think I am mad. I'm giving you authority for it. Shiv Samhita, Bhagwan Shankar explained all this to Goddess Parvati. So I'm not saying things for mental gratification. And if you analyze, these things are very practical. If I owe a debt, one is to pray to God. I pray every day, I don't get blessings for that. I'm paying my debt. But if special occasions come by, Nemitik, Diwali, Navratra, Shivratri, you know, Ganesh Chaut, etc. I celebrate these occasions. I get plenty of blessings for that. But also we must mention, if I don't, I incur sins of omission. So in other words, I need to do those things. However way I could do it. And incidentally, well, not incidentally, but let me also mention, when somebody dies, and we do the Shrar Karam and so on. That is Naimitic. Even though it's Pitra Karam, it is Naimitic. People do die every day. I mean, the person doesn't die every day, right? People die every day. But the person doesn't die every day. When somebody dies, the Shraddha and so on we do, that is Naimitic. And if we don't, in some form, we pay those debt of gratitude. Well, being Christian, but by doing it, we get blessings. So when we perform all the Shraddha and so on, nobody condemns that. You do it. You need to do it. That is Naimitic Karam. In some form, you get blessings for that. So always remember this, how I get blessings? Naimitic Karam. And there's Kamya Karma. When people perform, the yearly puja as we call it, it has become a tradition for many people to do the yearly puja. I don't know why you can't do it twice yearly, but everybody thinks yearly, right? So you're conditioned to that. It's called Kamya Karma. Kamya means a desire. Whether you do Durga Puja, Shiv Puja, whatever you do. When you do those pujas, you get plenty blessings. You choose to do a yagya, you choose to do satsang, whatever it may be. Kamya Karma, you get blessings for those things. Okay? So devotees, let's understand these things quite clearly. And I put this to you because we are talking about, Indian Arrival Day. Our ancestors came and everybody will come and talk about, they bring with them the Ukri and the Musa and what. All them things we know. I like to talk about the principles they brought with them, the values. Ramayana, Gita, Mahabharata, books that are second to none in any form of literature, second to none, if you analyze it. Okay? So devotees, we start from that point where we need to celebrate. Yes, we celebrate the arrival of our ancestors, but I believe that every moment should be a celebration if we live the life. I don't like sometimes once a year, big celebration, March, all kind of program, what, celebrating Indian arrival. And the next day, people go back to their own bad habits. We don't celebrate anything. We don't maintain the principles. And I am bold enough to say that is hypocritical. You have to live the life. Not a one-off celebration once a year. To create an impression and, different things. I will tell you. Plenty of people come, it was nice, what, that you focus on? And everybody tried to capitalize on the moment. Photo up, make it appear in TV, appear in newspapers. That is Indian arrival, what it has come to. Politicize and other things, I won't go into details. But I believe really, not to create the show, I believe in really being, maintaining what is supposed to be. Appearances are deceiving. Okay? So devotees, I'm saying to all of us, and the young ones in particular, don't think you don't have a responsibility. You're not too small to not have responsibility. And if you understand, you prepare yourself, and the best you can do, make yourself the best that you can be. That is also paying a debt of gratitude to the ancestors. But why you make yourself the best that you can be? Not for name and fame. To repay your debts of gratitude. To justify the sacrifices of the ancestors. So devotees, many Hindus at times, especially in this Western world, you feel very alienated. Others make us feel that, you're backward and whatever else. Now, I am saying, where I am concerned, none of those things could affect me. Right? My ancestors, I know the contribution that they have made to world culture, to world development, to civilization. And when you understand that, right, there's a sense of pride in who you are. Firstly, we all refer to as Rishi Santan. We are the children of the sages. Rishi, the seers. Now, the seer means they are able to, through meditation, reach to the highest level, discover the secrets of the universe. The sages. Now, these things will not be documented by Western science. And herein lies the problem. So, Western world feels science is everything. And the Eastern world has contributed tremendously, even to science, etc. But many of us don't even understand that. So, just a few points I want to make this morning. for the benefit of especially the younger ones, right? That you don't have to feel, lose self-esteem, that you're nobody. And science is, we want to show you, point out to you, the contribution of the ancestors, our ancestors, and many are contributing right now still. So let's look at it very quickly in a few points. Now, devotees, when we look at it, I wouldn't talk about too much civilization. But if you know, there's what called the Harappa civilization in the Indus Valley. I won't go into all that, arguments about all that. But let's talk about more practically what Hindus have contributed. And let's look at education. Now, what the Vedas say, knowledge is power. And our ancestors, parents, grandparents, they came from India, Trinidad, and devotees, they worked the fields, etc., etc., but what they all insisted, that they send the children to school. Become educated and certificated. Now, I draw a difference between certification and education. We have a lot of certificated idiots walking around. Our parents, no certificate, no letters behind the name, but you see this? Knowledge of life, how to live, they had that. Education is preparation for life. Certification is good, but that's not all. Yeah? So get your certification, but be educated. When you apply, you get knowledge, wisdom, how to live life. You make your contribution. Education is very powerful, devotees. Knowledge is power. It is said a wealthy man is respected, maybe out of fear, in his own country. But is he a man of knowledge? Anywhere in the world, he is respected. So nothing is wrong with wealth, but what is wrong with knowledge? Knowledge with wealth, unbeatable combination. But if you think it's wealth only, and we go back to the same old statement, you carry nothing with you. You don't carry no house, no land, no money. All that remain here. The knowledge you acquire, the level to which you reach, every time you come back into the world, you start from that same point onward. So knowledge is power. The Hindu devotees in India, you know, have you ever asked the question where the first university was ever created? Many people might think university in the Western world, but you can never be more wrong. In the year 700 BCE, now that's how you will check. What is BCE? Before Christ era. So the Western world now, they check Christ era. And they have AD, Anno Domini, in the year of our Lord, like them Lord. Okay? So devotees, we calculate like that. In the year 700 BCE, 700 BCE, that means 700 years, the first university was created in a place called Takshashila in India. Takshashila. That university had enrolled about 10,500 students at any point in time. And they came from not only India, Persia, wherever, different areas all around, they came. And devotees, what is very instructive, what was taught. Here it is said, over 60 different courses were offered at that university, Takshashila. Science, mathematics, medicine, politics, Chanak Maharaj, warfare, well, Hindus know how to fight, astrology, astronomy, music, we have a unique music system, right? Religion, Hinduism, unique, philosophy, all this was taught at that university. And people from different places, they came to study, right? From Babylonia, Greece, Syria, Arabia, even from China, they came to study. And now what we have plenty, people from India coming in the West to study. But this university, it is proven, these are old talk, 700 BCE. And later on, other universities, you know, were created like 500 AD in a place called Nalanda, right? But the first one created was in Takshashila. So when you speak of knowledge, you speak of education, then the vote is Hindus are never backward. Many of us think that we're backward. Yes, our ancestors, parents, they didn't go to school because they had different challenges. But they knew the power of education. And we must all understand that. Everybody, you educate yourself to the best that you can be. The genes are in you. Now, mathematics, I have mentioned this many times. The concept of zero, no question about that, came from Hinduism. And those of you who go to school, you could go and tell the teacher in the face. You could tell him behind the back, you could tell him wherever. The concept of zero came from Hinduism. That is a universally accepted fact. This is the contribution of Hinduism to mathematics. Now, many times we read the Katha where Shiva, but the creation, when nothing existed, everything was dissolved into nothingness. That concept of nothingness is called Shunya. And from there came the concept of zero. That was given to the mathematical world by the Hindus of India. Now, I'm not elaborating, I'm telling you. And all this could be verified. Many of us, we use the base 10 system. Now, all I know, I taught maths, right? So I know what I'm saying here. I ain't talking stupidness, you know. Right? The base 10 system, where did it come from? It's called the decimal system. Hindus created it. That was given to the world by the Hindus of India. The numerals that we use, all you know what they call it? Sarojini? All I never do all that. So whenever I had my form 1, that's the first thing I tell them. I write them from 1 to 9. I say, you know what they call these numerals? The Hindu Arabic numerals. Our own children don't even know that. They won't tell you that. See? Now, if you look at the Hindi figures, how 1 is made, how 2 is made, etc. What happened? The Hindus of India created these numbers. Remember, they created the base 10 system. Right? In Arabia, they got it and they modified it. They modified these numerals. And so it's called the Hindu-Arabic numerals. The system that we use, the figures that we use, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you notice 1 and 0, concept of 0 coming again, that was Hindu contribution to world development without any question. No question about it. So the numerals we use, the concept of 0, base 10 system, decimals, all are created by, not all, you know, there are plenty more. At this point, you know some that you may be familiar with. And they didn't know that these things were contributed to world development by the Hindus of India, our ancestors. Devotees, I could go on even the value of pi, most of us know. You know, the circumference of a circle. Pi by diameter, 2 pi r. The area was pi r squared. That symbol pi, the value of it, that was determined long before in India, before the Western world determined it. There's a fellow called Aryabhat. In the year 497 AD, I have it here, right? He worked out the value of pi, right, to be 3.146. Later on, there's an Arabian mathematician. He worked it out, but he got the same value to a few decimal places different. Hindus were aware of that since the year 497 AD. Pythagoras. All remember Pythagoras' theorem? The young ones all remember that? The square in any right angle triangle, the square in the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides. Pythagoras created that problem. By the way, Pythagoras was one who believed in reincarnation. He believed in reincarnation. But you know what? Long before, there's a fellow called Bodhayan, right? 600 BCE, right? He put forward that very same concept that we call Pythagoras' theorem. And if I put it to you, what it says simply, the area produced by the diagonal, you know what the diagonal is? If you have a square, right? A square. The diagonal, that is the area of a square formed by the diagonal of a right angle triangle, is equal to the sum of the areas produced by it on two sides. Now if I say side squared, and that is area, so he used the term area, whereas later on Pythagoras said the sum of the squares on the other two sides. So long before 600 BCE, Baudhayan stated this, Pythagoras' theorem. And if you go to Vedic mathematics, if you go to prove Pythagoras' theorem, you have about nearly 1.5 page, a very nasty proof. In 2 lines, Vedic mathematics prove Pythagoras' theorem. Yeah. The area of a triangle, half base by height. That also devotees in 476 AD, Aryabhat, another mathematician, he stated, the area of a triangle is a product of half of any side by the perpendicular to the vertex. That is half base by height. Long before Western world talking about it. That was done there already. Half base by altitude. Now devotees trigonometry. You all did trigonometry? Trigs, they call it trigs for short. Huh? You cut it short? Yeah, trigonometry. All right? Trigonometry devotees. In the Hindu concept, there was what they call Jaya and Koti Jaya. That was taken and modified, right? And in European language, they call it sine and cosine. That was already there. All right? Present. Quadratic equation. I won't go into all that. All of one might know what we're talking about, we're wasting time. Quadratic equation, permutation and combinations, all those things were already discovered and applied in Hindu mathematics. Right? And they have other higher levels. I won't go into it. The law of gravity. They call it the law of gravity. Remember when we did the breaking of the bow? And I told you all, Lakshman put his foot upon the ground. And he said, oh, elephants are guard the cardinal points. Oh, divine tortoise, divine serpent. What's the next one again? The divine bow. Hold the earth firm. Don't rock. Sri Ram is going to break the bow. Now that is written in Ramayana. But I have asked again, you see, this is why you see sometimes I see when Pandit reading, they're reading story only. You have to get a little more essence now. This is the modern age. People traveling every day. All ever see any elephant garden anywhere? Huh? You ever see the earth resting on any snake head? But then what the book have stupidness? No. The Hindu mind, the seers, so to speak, already discovered. Notice there are 4 forces. 4 main forces, 2 major ones, 2 minor ones, that hold all systems in equilibrium. They call it 2 major force and 2 minor force. Right? That is science. But the sages have personified these principles in the form of elephants, powerful, divine tortoise, divine bow, serpent. But when the Baba reading, and he tell the snake, don't move. Yeah. Not understanding head or tail of what you're saying. And this we depriving our people of essence. Ramayana. And the vote is, when was Ramayana written? If I come to that, because we're referring to Ramayana. Ramayana was written more than 500 years ago by Tulsidas. More than 500 years ago. So how come all these things in Ramayana? And they were discovered afterwards. No, they didn't discover it afterwards. It was already discovered in India. So devotees, you have, gravity. The sages knew, and they knew that the planets, why they go crashing into each other as they rotate around the sun. All these things, the Hindu mind are already familiar with, astronomy, astrology, right? Eclipses, right? Eclipses. The sages know, but what happened to us? When you remember the churn in the ocean, and the nectar came out, Lord Vishnu assumed the form, the story of Mohini, to distribute all the nectar. So 2 sides, Devatas on one side, demons on one side. But one Rakshas went and he hid between Suraj and Chandra, the sun and the moon. these two devatas. And it is said, Lord Vishnu started to give Amrit from this side. By the time he reached the end, the Amrit finished. That was the plan, not to give the demons any. But then they say, look, there's a demon here between the sun and the moon. When the whole man cut off his head, he already got the Amrit, he couldn't die. Head one side, body one side. Know what that is? Coming between the sun and the moon. What do you think that is? That is the Hindu way of documenting this astronomical happening of eclipses. And if you look at the Navagraha Devata, you will see Rahu and Ketu, a head and a body. But the Baba stopped, is a head, Rahu is a head. Not understanding what that has to do with science. Everything is documented. It is encoded in our scriptures, devotees. But you see, you have to break the code. And who wants to stick to story and clap and sing only, you can never get the essence. Nothing wrong clapping and singing in the story, but you don't stop there, man. Okay? So devotees, all these things, nothing new to the Hindu mind. And these contributions were made. Botany, we could talk about botany, right? Plants and so on. Ayurveda. And then you talk about medicine, right? Medicine. Devotees, surgery, right? Way back in the past, surgery was done. And it is said there was a certain individual. His name was, well, it is what I call Sanghita, Sushuta Sanghita. 600 BCE, he performed plastic surgery. All you know plastic surgery is when your face is looking nice, you can fix your face. But surgery, no? Yeah? All that was done 600 BCE. Right? And different surgical procedures already existed at that point in time. And hundreds of surgical instruments already discovered and used at that point in time. Now, you won't hear this in the Western world, right? But that was already there. Devotees, we come to medicine and so on. I mean, we know some of the things. I have mentioned, you remember when people talk about cloning? Cloning? And they clone Dolly the sheep. And we'll get Molly. All right, cloning. And this is where again we go back to Devi Bhagavata. I've mentioned time and again. When we have the katha of Devi Ma appearing before a demon called Rakta Bij. Rakta Bij. Rakta Bij had a Bardhan story. So we can remember the story, you know. You don't forget the story. If one drop of his blood would fall in the ground, another one identical to him would spring up. And then Devi appeared, if you notice, with a bowl in her hand. Nice story. When he cut off Rakta Bij's head, collect the blood, so it wouldn't fall in the ground. So he wouldn't multiply. Notice, blood, genetic material. Another one identical with Rakta Bij would appear. So what that is? Isn't that cloning? Yeah. Devotees, test tube baby. Do you hear that? Now many people go in that way now, in vitro, IVF, whatever. Does the Hindu mind, is the Hindu mind aware of that? Do you know what is Agastya Baba's name? Agastya Baba. You know what his name is? Kumbhaj Rishi. Kumbhaj Rishi. Kumbh means Aja. Kumbhaj Rishi. He was a sage, was conceived in Aja. In Aja. Not within mother's womb. The concept of test tube baby. Raja Sagar had 60,001 sons by two queens. One queen had one, and the next one, but she was well good, yeah, 60,000. But how would that happen? Which woman could have 60,000 sons? A mass of flesh. Birth was given to it. And outside of the womb of the mother, what people call today incubators. I don't know what level it was, but the concept. Outside of the womb of the mother, 60,000 sons were developed. In there is well known for medicine. And all that in scriptures. If they were not aware of it, how could it be there? How could it be there? Crossbreeding. Many people don't realize right now, hidden in many, many private places, I won't say sacred, secret places, right? Experimentation is being done, crossbreeding. Human with other animals, animal with animal. I mean, we do it in flowers and so on, cross-fertilization, etc. But devotees, when you go to Lanka, who's Makadhwaj? Huh? You see, sometimes this is what, get me kind of irritated, that Hindus sound like log, they don't understand how to tailor the scriptures, and they feel story behind. Lazy intellectually. When Hanuman went and refreshed himself, what we are told, a fish drank the sweat of Hanuman, and so Makadhwaj was born. And Hindus are laughing, kya, kya, kya. How a fish could drink, how a fish could drink a monkey sweat and a monkey born. You don't take things literally. You take the sweat is one of the 4 means of procreation. Svedas, Pindas, Andhas, and Udbhij. Hinduism tells us that these are 4 different ways you can procreate. With egg, of relevance here, sweat. Sweat. Where do you think again lice from? Lice. Remember lice? Lice to procreate, you have to have sweat. Sweat born. These concepts available to the Hindu mind. Long time in scriptures. Devotees, space travel. And Sri Ram returned to Ayodhya and Pushpak Biman. Again, I go back to Sri Ram. Tulsidas should remind 500 years ago. He was aware. Pushpak Biman, aerial chariot. And as I've mentioned, right, that chariot didn't have any controls. You talk to it. Pushpak chalo. And Pushpak chalo in. Pushpak tehro. You go tehro. Stop. Right? What is that? Now, I don't know much about technology and things, but an old man like me, I recognize that to be a highly computerized system with voice recognition program. You're talking to it and it's answering you. I hear Raj talking to his phone. I think he getting mad. But his phone answering back. Technology. Is it that the Hindu mind had already mastered technology? Yes. Yes. So space travel is nothing new to the Hindu mind. I'm talking about the concepts here. Right? Remember we said Narad Muni, interstellar travel. What does interstellar mean? Now from India to United States, no. Planet to planet. Planet to planet, interstellar travel. So what is happening? And man trying to go to Mars. They're trying to, develop Mars. Man could live on Mars, whatever. These things are not far-fetched ideas to the Hindu mind. No far-fetched ideas. Devotees, brains in Trinidad. We had a brilliant mathematician who was a politician, not so brilliant. The late Dr. Vijayanath Kapileu. Many a young one might even know. What he did, he created something that NASA used to create a system whereby they could send astronauts into space. I can't remember specifically what it is. Right here in Trinidad. And he confessed that what really helped him tremendously to work the brain and critical analysis. Come to another point now, language. What language? Sanskrit. Sanskrit. Now people say Latin. Now I did Latin up to Form 3. And we had a saying, Latin kill you woman, you killing me now. Latin kill you Romans and you killing me now. Right? Devotees, but Latin, like Sanskrit, very, very analytical. Very, very analytical. And Sanskrit, I've mentioned time and again to you all, the Sanskrit alphabet, every letter in some part of the body represents some part of the human body. The why you see the mantras, when we chant them, you create an energy flow through the whole body. All these things, devotees, we must have a sense of pride in ourselves that these things were created by our ancestors, discovered by our ancestors. How many people in the Western world know about the 3 bodies we have? Everybody thinks it's one body they have. When you're dead, you're dead. They don't know about the astral, causal, physical, astral, and causal bodies. They don't even know about the 5 sheets, the food sheet, air sheet, mind sheet, knowledge, blissful. They don't know about the chakras. And many of them who picking it up, now they're gravitating towards yoga. They're trying to learn something about the chakras. And so this is for all people, yoga, not for Hindus only. But it was discovered here by the sages. And you know, this is why sometimes I ask Rishi Santan, how much all you know about all these things, why? Now don't forget, I went to university too now. But nobody tell me no crap now. When I get into all this, you realize in every field of endeavor, there was a great contribution made by our ancestors. Nothing to be ashamed about. Everything to be very, very proud about. So devotees, all different fields. Music, we have a unique system, music. We know that. All right? Now, we could go on and on. I don't want to go on and on. I'm just mentioning a few that you can identify with and give you a sense of, not ego, but a sense of pride, self-esteem. Feel good about yourself. And if you don't want to feel good about yourself, think about how much there is, the contribution the ancestors make, and how very little you know. Feel bad about it. And then celebrate Indian arrival. Jump up and thing. Yeah? Now, I might sound very caustic, you know, but when these things, I mean, after all these years, where are we going? Where the values are? And more we degenerating. Not going to be, you know, the essence. So we can preserve it and, you know, perpetuate it. No. Everything comes celebration. Everything is a celebration. A celebration. I don't know where you're celebrating, eh? Even shaving now comes celebration, you know. To shave, you have to go by the river because a river line. Who care about who dead? Who dead, baby boy? Who live make merry? Go by the river, jump, dive, eat and things, swim about, have a good time, and you went shaving. Almost everything. Even cremation sites now becoming like a picnic site. Think anybody worrying about you and your problem? But it's not others, you know. We do it to ourselves. So, you know, let me just wrap this up. Have you ever heard of Rabindranath Tagore? Sarojini? You hear about him, but you don't know about him. Yeah. All right? Anybody else hear about him? No. He got the Nobel Prize for Literature, Rabindranath Tagore. And that was in 1915, way back. You have a fellow called Venkat Raman. He got the Nobel Prize for Physics in the year 1930. I didn't even born then. Yeah. Right? Har Govind Khurana, very name. Right? Nobel Prize for Physiology. That's in medicine itself. 1968. Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, he got a Nobel Prize for Physics in 1983. Now that's long before this, I mean, this book would have, you would have more people. But when this book was written, those were the ones. And a fellow called, a lady called Amartya Sen, Nobel Prize for Economics. This was in 1998. In other words, we just took a few to show that they made contributions. Hindus, India, have made contribution to world development. And right now they are developing into a superpower. Superpower. Now, coming to all that, I keep saying though, that my motherland is where? Right here, Trinidad Island, Tobago. Now when they want motherland, you say my mother, I don't think about them other kind of politicians now. How? Let me do what I shouldn't say. Right? Trinidad is my motherland. So I have great respect for India. So I say, you know what? India is like Nani now. India is Nani, Trinidad is Ma. I am living here. But I mustn't forget where I have come from. Mustn't forget where I have come from. And if you look at all these things I'm saying, become motivated and try, people, especially the young ones, get into all these things and study. Study. You know, I could talk more from mathematics and so on. Sometimes prayer also help. Ramanuja. Right? Anybody doing mathematics, you must read about Ramanuja. Right? His mother prayed to Devi to have a son. She prayed to Devi. And she had a son, Ramanuja. By the time he was 12, 13 years of age, they threw him out of school. He's too stupid. He can't learn. He sat down home outside under a mango tree, and God alone knows how. He solved some of the most intricate mathematical problems that even Oxford couldn't do at that point in time. They documented, you know. And when finally they found him and so on, they decided to send him to Oxford University, England. When he went to Oxford, they had a big problem. How to deal with a person who don't know the basic in mathematics, but solving the most intricate theorems in mathematics. How to deal with him. But he firmly believed that that connection with Devima helped him tremendously. But he died at the age of 32. But when you speak of mathematics, his name comes up from India. Tremendous contribution. Have you ever heard about a lady called Shakuntala Didi? Not already born yet. Was you born already? You wouldn't know. When we were small, she came to Trinidad. You could give her any number, and she could find the square root in her head. Square root in her head. No calculator, and now people calculators still can't find it. You just ask her the question, but the answer comes. Shakuntala, that's her name. I guess she must have died by now. So devotees, what I'm saying is that, you know, when we look at Indian Arrival Day, yes, we celebrate, we must feel good about ourselves. But just remember that we owe that debt of gratitude. But if, as I say, if I don't know where I've come from, I don't know where I am at, where am I going? And, you know, you have to go back and look at all these and see. And, you know, as I said, genes, the genes are in us. We could excel in any field of endeavor. Any field of endeavor. So I keep saying, for all of us, we have the best mathematicians, we have the best physicians, the best scientists, the best musicians. When you check sometime, like when people like Lata Mangeshkar, late, Bhimsen Joshi, when you see the Western vocalists who teach in vocals, when they listen to them, these people, they with their mouth open. How they could do that? Why? Unique. The voice is the first instrument. First instrument. Yeah. That's why I tell people, everybody want to, music, you want to play, train your voice. First instrument. Yeah. I'm going to say nothing more. So devotees, all these, best whatever it may be, musicians, you know, engineers. Yeah, engineers, we ain't talk about engineering yet now. Anybody in the world ever build a floating bridge 800 miles long? That's Sri Ram course we built to go to Lanka, from India to Lanka, 800 miles of floating bridge. And don't tell me that is false. Because when NASA scanned India, that bridge at the bottom of the ocean, they call it Adam's Bridge. I don't know how Adam come in there. It's yeah. They're not story. Now you have 1 mile floating bridge and the thing hanging up on. Notice what is happening? Even ship bouncing on bridge now in the United States. Imagine that. So devotees, we have the best in everything. Everything, you know. Even the best thief and all the way. We have people who go thief and you won't even know. They go thief win. We are the best. Best in everything. Feel proud. And I mean, if you have to be something, be the best now. Whatever it is, be the best that you can be. Okay? But devotees, let's all wake up to this fact. We celebrate on everything else, but become aware that I keep saying great minds reflect on principles, mediocre minds on events, and undeveloped minds on people. We look at what they have done. Look at the events and so on and so forth. But what is the principle that underlies it? I have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility. Let's build up on what they have given to us. Otherwise, you would have failed. And I want to say something, the other side. Perhaps you could contribute. Rather than creating problem, stay quiet. Take a corner. Either lead, follow, or get out of the way. You could help by doing so too, you know. Rather than come and cause problem all in between. You know, some people like that. Right? Thing going good, they come like lime to sour the milk. Stay out. If you can't contribute to build, stay out. You go face up to what come in your way. But everybody must have this inside of them. I want to repay my debt of gratitude to my ancestors. Devotees, let's not be destructive. Let's be constructive, beneficial. All right? And you brilliant young students, you could reach a certain point, you could go on to your PhD, do your studies and so on, you keep going. But that's not the end. Life is, somebody told me, a professor told me, a PhD means that you know something about something. You don't know everything about everything. You did research, you know something about, even that's something you don't know all. You have to keep on learning and keep on. The idea is to make society a better one. We pay this debt of gratitude to the ancestors. Okay? So devotees, I want to leave you with that. Friday's Indian Arrival Day, as we say. Many try to change the name from Indian Arrival Day to Arrival Day. Or like politics now. Racial undertones. We won't get into all that. It's a day when we are told our ancestors came here. Yes, we celebrate and everything else. But I want you to become aware. And don't feel that you're inferior to anybody. Or mustn't feel that. When SWAHA was formed, I decided that, you know what? We're going to have sports. But where? I said, we're going to Hazley Crawford Stadium. Which Hindu group ever go Hazley Crawford Stadium? I'm more than 30-something years now, Raj. We're going to Hazley Crawford Stadium because, my thinking was what? How would our young Hindu children get a chance to run on professional tracks? That is not for us. It's for us, man. Right? We did that. University. We had great satsang in university. Moving Prayag. Trinidad is ours. We belong here. I'm not second-class citizen. No? And me asking anybody for anything. It might sound like pride, eh? But if I ask you and I'm begging you for something, it means you're superior to me, boy. You are not superior to me. What is mine, I'm taking it. But properly. Right? Don't break the law. In other words, assert yourself. Assert yourself. There's nothing to be ashamed about. And when you think back about history in Trinidad, a lot of thanks have to be given to the late Mr. Pandey. When he became Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. First Hindu to be like that. Like a lot of negativities were forced to disappear. And a sense of pride came towards other people. So even here, we owe them a sense of gratitude. Even here. Things open up. You could wear your sari, you could wear your dhoti. Just wear clothes. You could do whatever. You understand? You're free to practice your religion, practice your culture. You will have the fools in between who will make objections. Don't take them on, man. Don't take them on. And I want to say this, eh? When you go in India, all the murtis and outside the temple and so on, every murti, every temple does have a demon face. Go in there, you'll see that. So I asked the guy that did a holy place by a temple, we have a demon there. He said, Pandit, you know what happened? All ever see them ZTV? When they see some looking nice, they say, take a thing by the eye and stick it by the neck. Black thing by the eye, They warn of evil eye. They warn of evil eye. They say they put that thing there. That will absorb all negative energies. Like attracts like. Follow? So when that demon, one demon face, or whatever negative, that extracts it. And the whole place is protected. Yeah. So, sometimes you have a few of the demons in between. You have to keep them, but not too close. They will extract all the negativity. But basically, aage chali. Everybody, we need to go forward. Okay? So, let me wrap it up here. And Friday, we celebrate. And I'm looking around as long as I'm here. Who's only celebrating only. And they're doing nothing to help. You know me. And all know me. So devotees, as we wrap up, we pray to that Lord. He Jagat Pita Bhagavan, हमें दो ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा. Above and beyond all, dependence on the Lord. Hey Jagat Pita Bhagavan, हमें दो ज्ञान, give me that wisdom. तू ईश्वर प्यारा, you are the beloved Lord. दुनिया में एक सहारा, the only prop I depend upon. Yeah? Once you have that, it makes you different. Spirituality. makes you different, and success is bound to come. So I will start it, you will continue it, because I don't know the rest. Let's go. हे जगत पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा। बचपन में होशन आया है, जीवन में पाप कमाया है। अब जाओ कहा विषयों ने मुझको मारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। दिल मेरा तो यह कहता है, तू मन मंदिर में रहता है। दिन रात भटकता रहा मैं दर दर मारा। पापों से भगवन हमें बचा, वेदों का सच्चा भक्त बना। पापों से पाखंड झूठ से सब ही करे किनारा। मझधार में है बेरा मेरा, कृपा कर आश्रय है तेरा। नंदलाल पाप में बीता जीवन सारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, दुनिया में। बोले वृंदावन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। So devotees, we conclude for this morning, and I want to wish everybody, according to how everybody has said, Happy Indian Arrival, whatever that is. Right? Blessings to everybody. Please all stand. We join together in our prarthana. You will come for your vibhuti. शिव हरे शिव राम सखी प्रभु त्रिविध ताप निवारण हे विभु अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलायतनुहरि ओम आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वर ओम लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजयः येषामिन्दिवर्षां हृदयस्तु जनार्दन ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देवा हे देवी मां परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय त्वमेव माता च पितः त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की शुभमस्तु blessings to all kindly be seated devotees
Sitaram. All devotees are invited to SWAHA's annual Swadeshi Awards and Dinner in celebration of Indian Arrival Day 2025. The program will be held on 30th of May from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation. The dress code is semi-formal. It will be an inspirational evening of song, music and dance. Anyone who would like to attend can give their names to Savita, Aditi or myself. Just a reminder that Guru Purnima celebrations will be held on July 10th, Sri Krishna Janmashtami celebrations will be held on August 15th, and Gyan Deepak will be hosting a Ganesh Yagya beginning on Ganesh Jayanti, August 26th, and culminating on September 5th. This Yagya will be taking place during the Ganesh Utsav period. Further details will be given at a closer date. We hope you keep all these celebrations in mind and join with us during these auspicious occasions. As usual, Prasad can be collected as you exit. Have a safe journey back home. Dhanyavad Ad Sitaram.
I thank you, Parveen. Now, devotees, just bear in mind that those of you who are interested in going, we have to emphasize that you need to give your names. It's not like a year where, you can just walk in. We need to have numbers for catering purposes. Follow? Catering purposes. So we won't want you to be there, and not that you're not invited, but we need to know how many of you are coming. So please remember that, and you want to be, attending, let's give a name so we know how to prepare for you. Next week, Sunday, devotees, there will be no service. We have the Swadeshi Friday, and then next week, Sunday evening, there's a satsang in the temple. Somebody's doing a satsang in the temple group, everything goes well. So as such, we don't want to burden the members of Gandhi Pub with too much praying good. And so next week, Sunday morning, no service. Service will reconvene on the 8th. Sunday the 8th. And as we go along, we'll have to keep you aware of when service will be, when it wouldn't be. It is not, predictable when we're going to have service. We may skip some Sundays coming up in June, but we'll let you know from whenever we meet again. So next week Sunday, no service. Service will be on the 8th. So you join us as the devotions continue. Blessings to everybody, devotees, and have a wonderful holiday weekend. So we have no Shrota this morning, so I did Shrota. So Sakal Panch, Jai Sita Ram. Blessings to everybody. Receive your prasadam. Have a safe journey back home. Devotees, I mentioned that next week Sunday evening there's a satsang. Everybody's invited. It slipped me to mention that. We start at 4 o'clock next week Sunday evening. So those of you who could make it, you'll be most welcome. We start at 4, by about 6, half past 6, maybe 7 for the latest, we'll be finished. So those of you who can make it, join us next week Sunday evening. Blessings.